Okay, we're at Madira Bickel Mound. This is a very, very large mound complex. So let me rephrase that. What we're standing in front of right now is not very large, but it's a part of a greater complex which is quite extensive, although I suspect from just exploring that most of it is either on private property or inaccessible. So we're just going to run through real quick. I don't want to say there's not much to this, but if I did say that, it wouldn't be inaccurate. This is the ceremonial part. Apparently there's a burial mound, and I couldn't find it. But anyway, this is a very large, part of a very, very large village at one point. Very important, significant village, which I think that's kind of cool, of course. There's a little informational placard up here that says that there was a lot more to this complex than just this particular mound. Again, this is a ceremonial mound, this portion of it. There's burial mounds nearby. There are also middens as well, and lots of evidence in this whole area of there being or having been a large village. As was the case with most of these mounds, you can't really get a good feel, even standing in front of it, for what was here because there's trees all over it and shrubs and brushes and everything. So and I guess in a sense that helps hold everything together and prevents erosion. So it's kind of a catch-22, good and bad either way. This is the little map on this placard that I was referring to, where we are now. See if I can get get a good view of everything. Right here, we're right here. It says we're coming back down this way. So this would be this Johnson Burial Mound, Abel Shell Mound, Bullen Mound, so it would be back this way, I guess. I just drove around a little bit after first coming here and just to check it out. I've been here once before, but I really didn't get much from it. Wasn't able to research it properly. Didn't know much information about it. Literally just this mound here. You walk up those stairs. It's pretty, it's pretty good size. You can see they would have done a lot to it. These things are always smaller than what they were originally due to erosion. This talks here about early historians and archaeologists once speculated that this village was the site of Usita, referred to in the narratives by De Soto. But they found no archaeological evidence to support that in terms of Spanish artifacts, so they don't know for sure. And it's with the case with almost all the Florida Indians. Nobody knows for sure. They didn't leave a written record. Basically, really, the only thing they left were these mounds. And these mounds were quite extensive in what they produced in terms of the middens and the burial mounds. So very cool. You get a little bit of a idea here through the vegetation what was here. So now we're going to head up to the top, as it were. Sort of get a feel here for an idea. So it looks like I was following that map backwards, if that's correct. And I'll have to go back and go the other way and see if I can find that burial mound, which would be really cool, obviously. So this is the top of it. I always like standing on top of these things, or even being on the sides of them, And imagining that someone thousands of years ago scooped all these shells up and dirt and everything and put it up here, so it's kind of neat. But you can see here there's like almost like a little spine that runs through there, but we don't know how much of this has been eroded. We have no clue. You see, then there's a good little ways on the other side down here. Good little distance. Can't even speculate how many feet. It's pretty tall. Pretty tall. I'd like to know how it compares to the Safety Harbor, Philippi Park Mound, for example. But, you know, really cool to be able to come here and know that this is how it was. So we're gonna shut it down and keep searching.